You do? Why, that's just wonderful.
Oh,
I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection. I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
Okay.
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know? They're just new money, sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture. Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them. But these days, there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gamora. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public. You're a special case, sugar.
That's really weird.
Well, let's see. The NCR has an embassy here, but why you'd want to go talk to a bunch of boring old politicians, I surely don't know. Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection of old Vault-Tec memorabilia. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might check out Michelangelo's sign shop.
Can I put a sign on my follower or my backpack or something? Let's talk about something else.
Anything you... Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
Okay.
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
Well, wait, what about Victor? He came out. Oh, you're talking about people. Alright, tell me about
Why,
the
sugar?
house.
He's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Oh,
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
single-handedly sent in it. I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
Oh, that's really weird.
Mr. House has a lot of needs, sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
Okay.
Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particular.
Okay, yeah.
Anything you like?
Goodbye. Okay, am I allowed down here? I probably shouldn't have came at night, it's so creepy. Okay, so I can take everything here. What is this? Where am I supposed to be going? Did I just go in a circle?
Well, hello, sugar.
Okay. Maybe I went the wrong way. Screw it. I'm addicted to vodka. I can't take any of it. Because then I'll be prompted to drink it. Okay, look, I don't know where his office is, dude. Dude Cadets. Oh, did I walk past it? I did. You watched me walk through and dig through his stuff.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and I suspect figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see? Of course you haven't. Vegas always was one of a kind.
Yeah.
What you see down on the Strip is just a fraction of the city's former glory, and yet, more than an echo, I preserved its spirit. Or perhaps you were referring to the Lucky 38? The years haven't been kind to her, but still she manages to impress. The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough. My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip.
Wait.
What happens to Benny,
Oh, okay.
I leave to your discretion.
That's what.
When you bring
alright.
the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Make it 10. Oh, my barter's not high enough.
What did you... It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
The chairmen are your employees. Wait, the chairmen are your employees. They don't take orders. Say I want-
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
Okay.
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
So I probably need like a lock picking of a
It's more
bajillion.
complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity.
Oh.
Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second in
Swank.
command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
Okay.
By contract, Securitrons are to enter the casinos only when invited by the 3 families, or if other extraordinary circumstances arise. The moment I send one into the Tops, Benny will know I'm on to him.
Okay.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about
Benny has led the chairman ever since I recruited his tribe 7 years ago. Until his recent misbehavior, I'd planned to make him my protege. Maybe if I'd begun grooming him sooner, none of this would have happened. To achieve my aims, I require a capable human agent to perform certain tasks.
I could do it.
I knew Benny was ambitious, even ruthless, but I believed he would do the job so long as he was incentivized appropriately. Obviously, I miscalculated his drive for supremacy, but in any case, you've come along. A more than suitable replacement.
Yay.
Why didn't Victor intervene sooner, you mean? Good Springs is a bit too far away for me to reliably control a Securitron agent by remote. I can send and receive packets of data at best. Victor's combat algorithms determined the proper course of action. Benny and his thugs were more than a match for a lone Securitron. When he alerted me, I instructed him to approach the site after Benny and the others had departed. I have to think that he found out about the platinum chip and mistakenly convinced himself that he could use it to his own ends. One of the problems of a tribal workforce, I'm afraid. No intuitive understanding of how complex technologies can be.
Okay.
What else did you want to know? It's a very special item. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. It was lost a long time and difficult to find. That's all you need to know about it for this stage of our enterprise. Fulfill your contract, deliver the chip, and good things will come your way.
Okay.
You might keep an eye out for any computers that Benny's been using. Maybe even a computer lab of some sort. That's simply... I am the only person to hold any rights pertaining to the chip. I designed it, and I paid for it, dearly. To develop that chip, I spent a sum of US dollars. Not the bottle caps that pass as currency these days, but a sum beyond counting. For decades, I paid salvagers to comb the ruins for it. And when it was finally discovered, tens of thousands of caps spent to have it brought here. We know how that turned out. Complete your contract, and it will be the last time I pay for the chip. Save your questions for then.
Okay, dude.
You realize you were just one of many couriers. The rest of them, dummies, so to speak. Add to that many thousands of caps worth of mercenary protection to screen your avenue of approach. Had I used an armed caravan to transport the chip, I might as well have been announcing to the world, this is important, attack this. I didn't want to attract the attention of groups like the Great Khans or the Brotherhood of Steel. Alas, the real threat was closer to home. Frontal assaults on casinos, not good for business.
Dude, what are
In
you
any
talking
case,
about?
Benny
You ain't
will
got no
see it
business.
coming. And all he'd have to do is hold the chip up and point a pistol at it. Our foremost advantage is that Benny doesn't know that I know he has the chip. Let's not squander it.
Ah, okay.
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the new Vegas Strip. I
So that's
oversaw the
probably
city's
why
renovations starting
they
from
pay-
2274 onward. The three families are my employees.
Okay,
Before
so
the
they pay
Great
him
War
to...
of 2077,
Okay, that makes sense
I
now.
was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
How do you establish
We can discuss
Vegas?
this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action.
Okay.
I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in. Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
Dang, my medicine's not high enough.
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the
Like a bull in a
sacrifices
jar.
longevity entailed financially.
Okay,
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered.
alright.
What else did you want to know?
I could do the tell me your terms again later. Wait, what do I need? I need to spend barter. I need my barter up. Okay.
Well enough.